Yo, Black is on now. It's your boy Farai, and welcome to Come True. I hear it with my boy Webb. What going on? What going on?
What's the word? What's the word? We got out, man. Check this shop. Better days ahead, man. Keep our head up. We don't know the time.
That's good. That's good. And I doing pretty good myself. A
Love to hear it.
beautiful
Love to hear it.
Sunday. Can't complain. Work day starting tomorrow, but whew, we good. We good. Moving forward. Like you
Facts.
said, better days ahead.
Facts. Facts. Gotta look forward, my son.
All right. All right. So we got some good topics to talk about today. A lot of podcasts do speak on these topics referring to men and women, but more so in navigating the relationships from that perspective. So I know you had your fair share of relationships and everything going on from since high school till now.
A
So I
little
want to know
bit.
what's your takes on the concept of men needing women. Do you believe it? How you feel about it?
All right. I'd like to commend you for posing the question in that way, because one thing I don't notice a lot in these conversations is always a pit versus each other. It's always like a men versus women conversation or a women versus men conversation. So the question you're asking to me is very important on why men need women. So I absolutely think that men does need women for various different reasons. We could get into religious aspects, but I won't necessarily because I'm not too crazy of a religious person. But just in the nature of men versus women. So as everybody knows, in my opinion at least, I don't want to say everybody does know. Men think more like logically. You know what I'm saying? We're logical thinkers. We're not, most of us at least from what I've experienced, are not the most in tune with the emotional sides of things with in or the feeling sides of things. So I feel like when you introduce a woman into your life, she could then help bring more balance in your life to that regard. You know what I'm saying? So like certain
Yeah.
things where you would always use a logical approach, now you have a woman here who you could confide in, talk to, and be able to give you pretty much like a different perspective, more so maybe emotional, some emotional decision making in there, so that you can make a more whole decision for whatever it is, whether it be something within business, something within life, or anything in that regard. Like at least that's one of the first things that come to mind for me
For
of why
sure,
men
I
need women.
agree. I agree with that. Like for me, you had anything else? So
No, you could go ahead and add on.
but well, yeah, okay. So like for me, you kind of said it in there. It boils down to balance. You check. Like we are completely different beings. There's this men are from Venus, women are from Mars. Now I would switch it up. Maybe men from Mars, women from Venus. But you know, just that idea that we operate and think in different ways, and
Mm,
having a woman alongside a man, you have those two different perspectives from the different sexes, and it kind
mm,
of merges to create a whole picture, like you were
mm.
saying. Not like like you said, women have more emotional intelligence. They have they're more in tune with that emotional side, so they tend to see things in more intuitive. They could kind of gauge other people's emotions. Of course, that's something that could be learned, but these is natural traits that the other side has, and it really does help to elevate you especially when you're working as a team.
Facts.
I feel like life is much more whole, like you said, when
Facts.
you have the two, which is also why I believe like with children having the
Mm.
two parents that they could feed off of, it makes for a more balanced child because it is that important.
And then
So
even if we get into like, I mean, I don't want to just say specifically women, because you could be a man that's into man. Hey, whatever I'm into, that's our business. But just having a partner in general in life just makes it easier to tackle life.
right.
Whether it be from a financial standpoint, where now you in a dual income environment, or just from a, like we just talk about bumping off each other. Sometimes I may be down. I rely on this person to be able to help pick me up or help
Hmm.
lessen the burden of whatever is going on. And Just like you talked about with the kids, women are naturally more nurturing, more stuff.
Right.
Sometimes as a man, you kind of need it in your life. Like for example, one thing with me is when I get sick, man, I like a little baby. The man,
See it. Instantly turn into a little child.
you check like I don't want somebody
Whiny,
to take
whiny for
care of me.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, you check. So that's when they come in and fill these gaps in your life, and I wholeheartedly
Hmm.
believe that women, when the right women at least come into your life, they're able to then elevate you and take you to another level from where part you was at originally. You know what I'm saying? If
Right,
it's the right woman for you.
right. And with it being the right woman, that they bring the king out of you is what they
Fact.
always say, and that is a true statement. We in this generation we tend to not see it or even believe like
Hmm.
like that, but it's true, man. It is so true. Women have the power to just bring something out of you, motivate you in a way that you just didn't know you had. I mean, self motivation is obviously great. It's you get that discipline, you develop the motivation. But when a woman could elevate and bring that motivation to a higher degree, and she really could just have that power to bring it out to you, and it's really in operating in that energy and that femininity, where we're navigating that appropriately, they
Mm.
really could get anything they want because just
Facts.
that
Real
mixture
talk.
of energies, man, it makes for a powerful bond.
Nah, real talk, real talk. And I'll shoot back a question at you. So, being that we said that men need women, I've noticed in this day and age, amongst men, at least in our age group, let's say like I want to say like the 25 maybe to let's say 30, 30, early 30s. I've
Okay.
noticed a lot of conversation about men kind of being scared to get married now
Hmm.
to women. They're a lot more hesitant and they want to get married later. Like, why do you feel that is, or what do you think is the mindset going on, or have you even heard that it is the opposite?
Oh shoot, no,
You
no,
know, in a way.
I hear that all the time. I mean, and to start, your boy, let's get your boy married. I want to start there, but um, honestly, just especially through media, social media, seeing how things have been going in married relationships, the amount of divorces going on.
Mm,
Um, it seems as though people go into marriage with the wrong ideas,
mm,
and that it's more so geared towards a conditional type of love that's dependent on finances,
mm,
and it's more so at least seen or viewed or shown in the media as like a come up for
mm.
many people. Like they could go in a relationship and boom, they go for divorce, they take half the man's stuff, they gone living life good, man miserable. And that's kind of been the story that's been portrayed and shown to the masses, and the tons of examples we've seen. We have I don't think well I don't think I've ever seen um good divorce
Facts,
on social media.
facts. It feel like
I,
every
if you,
divorce is a tear down, missing.
and it seems like marriages are dying out quicker and quicker and quicker. So
Mm,
it's like, what is the benefit, and how do you know you got that person that you're going to ride out till the wheels fall off? Just knowing in the back of your mind that that could be something, a potential reality for you if you was to go that route.
yeah.
And it could be you putting yourself at risk basically. I mean, of course
Mm.
there's a prenup, you could do prenups, you could do this and that, but just that idea and how it's shown in the media makes it
True.
pretty rough.
I could definitely agree with that. I think that's one of the major parts, just the society's viewpoint and just the discussion of being able to take the money, because now it's like money is a crazy discussion. Everything now I feel in life is just based off of financial motivators now. Like,
Yeah.
like that's the whole thing. And to be honest, like I feel like the concept of marriage is lost. And I ain't gonna sit on here and act like I'm some person that kind of big on marriage. I've always had the viewpoint that marriage is almost like most of a business decision. In my opinion, me personally, to a certain extent,
Hmm.
I don't think much other. I always used to think, at least I don't think much else changes once you put on a ring and a finger, other than the fact that now we really combining our life from an economic standpoint, and we showing that, okay, you know what, now we combining our forces to be able to do something from a business way. At least that's what my people are kind of teach me.
And you know, I would say I kind of agree with that. You know, I mean, marriage back in the days, you have to understand, especially since it was super religious. That was kind of the only way for women to really make it. They need to find a good man. They wasn't really allowed to have all these major jobs or anything like that. So it was kind of
Mm,
like a, for one, financial security for the woman, but it was also it put you at a status of respect
mm,
when you go out to the world, not just for women, the couple as a whole. And that kind of, how things are now, it's a lot different and has strayed away from
true.
that, because you know women are a lot more independent. Women doing their thing, they gaining money up, chasing the bag, they're doing what they do. So it's
Mm,
like a lot, for one, a lot of women not seeing like, whoa, why I need a marriage for. It's not like. And then one thing I think is a big issue is that how much we date, our dating culture, you know. So people
oh,
kind of treat marriage similar to dating, which is I feel why divorce is so easy for people now. You know,
yeah,
you already going through all these test phases. You're so easy to, it becomes so easy to cut off the next person, and
yeah.
people with some of the, I mean, I wouldn't call it simple struggles or disagreements, but marriage is supposed to be working through the hardest types of shit, you know, and
Fact.
with
If you really
many people so quick to run, and
fact, if you go down to the actual vows, and so it's like you really have to stick true. I think right now we're so impatient with everything in life, not even just
yeah,
relationship.
no, right.
Everything in life requires like this thing happened, okay, cut off. Boom. This thing happened, okay, cut off. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Cancel
we got to a
culture,
point
cancel
where,
culture.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So everything is so thing. But even from the perspective of when I look at men talk about marriage, I think part of it is this sometimes fear of commitment, because it takes one thing to
Hmm.
commit to a regular relationship. I feel like for men, once you
Hmm.
start going around marriage, no, you're really committing, because it's easy to say, you know what, me really committed when you're just girlfriend and boyfriend. Now, when you're married, it's like a different sense of commitment. And I feel like in this day and age, a lot of men are having commitment issues to be able to commit and say, you know what, I'm gonna stick this out, for various reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like we it's just the way society and everything is paying out right now and planning out. Like it's kind of hard to see yourself wanting to commit. For everybody wanting to cancel so quick, and then I feel like even when you say dating, I don't really think we dating no more. I feel like it's a culture just like jump into relationship, bow, and then go and try to figure it out. I feel like we're moving a lot. Everything is fast now. Everything is so
Fast
fast.
paced. I would agree. Everything is fast paced. Like from TV shows to movies, like literally, it seems like there's a push to create that fast paced environment mentally, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah,
And
so I think there's a lot of pressures to do it. Um, I cheer for it to get married. I know I've had a discussion with somebody not too long ago about black men versus other cultures in terms of getting married, where I
hmm
think I think white men were getting married a lot earlier, and black men were kind of pushing it off to the side. And I
hmm
could be for various things as well. One of the things I want to note is that women are in a different state than the years past. Like now we have this movement of women being a lot more independent, woman
right.
demanding this, woman demanding that. And then like you said, you're looking at people who is getting catch for alimony here, alimony there. To a point where probably like man taking on shit that ain't even like your girl is really cool, bro. Like she not even gonna be in that type of time, or they're just scared.
Right.
And
No, and I think that they are honestly a good chunk of them is really just scared to make that next step. I mean, I think there's a small chunk that's waiting for the good amount of finances to buy a proper ring. I feel
true.
like it's different levels of fear for different reasons, and
Facts.
man, and I mean some is even notable. You know, they usually they keep their word, and they don't think that they'll be able to keep their vows if they got married. So they 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 understand, and I do feel like men, and I'm not saying that women don't come for me, but I do feel like men understand the seriousness of that commitment. I
Yeah.
do feel like in many cases that a lot of women, not all, not majority, just a lot, y'all could put whatever percentage y'all want that, really looking at the fairy tale wedding and not beyond,
Mm.
you know? And then when they get past that wedding and then it's real life and you have to work through real problems and things ain't all dandelions and sunshines and it's real shit. It's like, damn, this ain't the guy I fell in love with.
Mm-hmm.
When really and truly it was a fairy tale concept in the mind from the jump, you know? And I'm not saying that it's just women, some men too, but
The same thing, yeah,
I
but
feel like that whole concept of wanting that fairy tale wedding kind of blinds a lot of people from the realities of marriage.
true, true, true. And I bring it back to Manto because like I said
Hmm.
we're gonna keep it real and come true.
Right.
I know a lot of man here thinking I don't care if why tell me I know it's the truth. It's easier to call your girl than it is to call your wife. I know man out here is not fully committing because of that, my boy. You're gonna feel guilty. And
Right.
for those American listeners who don't know what card mean, it's easier to cheat on your girl than it is to cheat on your wife. I know I have some man out there, and I know this for a fact, that would not get married because my boy want to go out here and do what he want to do and feel a little bit more less guilt free. Like there's been time where they talked about saying hey you're single until you're married. I don't know if you ever see that
Yeah, yeah, no, I see that there.
some people really adapting that mindset, you know what I'm saying? Like
You're right.
and that will keep them from moving. Like, you know what? It leaves my options open to if I want to dip because like there's a commitment. You can't just dip out of
Right.
marriage. Time you get married now, you gotta go through paperwork. You gotta go through this.
Right.
Even if you have a prenup, which prenups are not bad. Prenups is just which I think prenups are brilliant. First of all, let me pause
I
real quick.
agree.
I think it should be required to have a prenup because
Bro,
it makes it
I
simple.
agree.
And I look at it from, like I said, I look at it differently from a business perspective. I look at it as if something does happen, and you know how some people can get like, oh, you just wishing bad and
Right,
they're
right,
married.
right, right.
But I look at it as it makes it easier to be able to negotiate, and it makes it clear if things does not work out, how we can maneuver so we're not arguing back and forth. And
Right.
sometimes it help you get your just due. I, as a man, let's say for example, if I go in a prenup, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm trying to build. I recognize the power of women, just the same way we talked about it in the beginning of the show. I recognize the power of how they could uplift too. So I would want to be able to negotiate up front what percentage of the thing, because some people get a divorce and be like, oh, the woman ain't do nothing, even though she been watching your children them, she
Right,
been
right. I mean,
supporting you. You know what I'm saying? Washing your back, cooking your food, and you're not really looking at how much of a burden this is taking off for you to be able to pursue your dreams and level up and make more money or do whatever, and vice versa. Not just women, not saying like men is the only one that gonna be doing this, women as well, but it allows you to structure these things on the front end so that if anything does happen on the back end, it's no worries, it's clean, smooth. Because hey, I've seen people have a good marriage, right? Divorce, and the divorce ain't even wicked. Like it's just a mutual divorce, and then when they start to
mm-hmm.
come down now to the negotiating, splitting assets and stuff, they come out of that like they hate each other because it
Right,
became a
right.
big. You know what I'm
It could get
saying?
ugly. It could get ugly real quick.
Yeah. So
And even if you didn't originally have those feelings, yeah.
and I'll close with this. Well, at least on this part. Um, I feel like we need to reestablish the way we look at it. I feel like we need better examples of good marriages. Obviously, in the media, everything negative is going to be project, and everybody will gravitate towards that more. But I feel
Right.
like we need more example of good marriages. I feel like men and man, I am broke, bro. And after I broke, I don't even have nothing to even for women to even protect from me, bro. Let's keep it a stack, bro. I thinking about
Man,
women thinking what you ain't barely got a car, bro. That man ain't taking no little care from you, dog. And woman
Yeah,
is not that bad. If you consistently bucking into woman that you feeling like gonna take your stuff, bro, that's kind of crazy, bro. I mean,
yeah, you need to
you some
step into
soul
a different
searching.
pool, to be honest, because you got a lot of women out there, you got a lot of men out there that's good. That
Yeah,
they have
facts.
that's good, and that would make great wives, great husbands. That make great partners, and it. All women ain't shit, all man ain't shit, and I
Fa-
don't even think the number is close. That I
Facts,
mean, we don't
bro.
make it seem like it's like a 99.9% ain't shit people out there. When really and truly we just in one room in the house and they have the rest of the
The
friggin'
rest of
wall.
the house.
Like 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 not even the rest of the house, the wall dog, but we in one room in one house talking
Facts.
about ancient. I think that is absolutely crazy.
Listen, if you bucking into so much shit, woman, partner, look
Hey,
inside, brother.
look inside, cause something ancient in there. Cause hey, likes attract. They say
That
opposites
shit says
attract,
something
but
about you.
likes energy attract. So hey, and
But
I
I will say,
agree.
go ahead.
I'll just pointing out one more time that prenup thing. Man need to really look into to that being mandatory. That
Straight up.
and paternity test. But let's put that
Hey, hey,
somewhere else.
that one.
Let's put that elsewhere.
We gonna say that one, but yeah, man.
Nah,
I want to see more of us getting married. I want to see more of us taking serious. I will say this though. I feel like if you're as a man, just in general, I'm a man. Like I'm speaking it. I feel like I wouldn't say rush it. Though I want it to happen more often and see it, I wouldn't say rush it. I feel like, especially in this day and age and the way the economy is now, make sure you setting yourself up financially as an individual before you make these kind of decisions. Because you don't want to jump into a marriage or a relationship in general, to be honest with you, and you're not right in yourself. You can't take care of yourself. Like all that doing is bringing an extra baggage to the relationship, bringing extra
yeah,
baggage to the marriage
literally.
from and more hurdles for you to jump over. Get right with yourself as a man. Mentally, do some soul searching, figure out who you are, what you actually like, and then go about pursuing these kind of things, relationships, marriage, and love hard, man. Just love hard and do what you gotta do, man. If it don't work out, it don't work out. This is life, bro. Everything ain't gonna be fucking picture perfect.
Right, and be willing to put your heart out there to risk finding love.
And
Don't go
patient.
searching for it, but
Yeah,
don't be so closed and have all your guard up that you're missing a blessing just because of past experiences.
absolutely, absolutely.
So let's see what we got going on next. I know I have a nice one for you next. Let's see. Ram. Okay. Like I said earlier in the show,
Mm-hmm.
and the journey to entrepreneurship, you on that road, we on that road,
Mm-hmm.
listeners on that road. In navigating a relationship, how does that work? How does that look? The potential challenges, has it come easy to you? Like what's your thoughts on that?
So, as an entrepreneur, just as anybody that's, to be honest, really ambitious about I'm passionate about certain things. I will start off by saying this. I've fucked up a lot of relationships. I wouldn't say a lot of relationships, but I've fucked up some relationships where, honestly, I wasn't present. I wasn't doing what I had to do as a man. I was trying to. I don't want to give my excuse, but you're trying to find yourself and you start to neglect everything else around you. So, I'm not speaking from a place of, oh, everything was great. My relationship was great. There was always day fight that we break up, whatever the case may be. I have my faults as well, and I've grown to the point to be able to sit down here and have this kind of conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to navigating a relationship as an entrepreneur, I think it's a little different, you know what I'm saying, in terms of who you are as a person, as an entrepreneur. Like, you have to have a partner that able to understand the sacrifice, some things that a regular person wouldn't be willing to sacrifice, or an entrepreneur is not going to think like that. Like, it comes with a lot of more hours. It comes with, like, you're dealing with somebody
Mm-hmm.
who's very passionate about something. Sometimes even to a certain extent, where probably is like that passion is more important than you. And it's some fuck up, you know what I'm saying? It's some fuck up because we like to sit on here and be emotional about everything, which is not bad, but it's when it comes to this entrepreneurship things, like these people are really driven sometimes. And it
Mm-hmm.
could be to a fault as well, but these people are really driven. You need to have a person that's kind of understanding of the path of life that you're actually taking to be able to deal with the ups, the downs, because this seems like a 9 to 5 is easy. I like it's
Right.
not easy, but it's easy.
Relatively speaking,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's easy.
relative
Exactly,
schedule set.
because
Yeah.
yeah, you have somebody to rely on a lot of the times. They're gonna tell you what to do. They're gonna make you pay. When you become in this world of entrepreneurship, whether it be full time or part time, you have a lot more stress, like way more stress, because now you have to rely on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And while you're in a relationship, you're already dealing with all the everyday things. Okay, now sacrificing time, sacrificing this, sacrificing that. When you start to do this entrepreneurship, yeah, especially if you have a job already, and now your entrepreneurship goes kind of bleeding into your extra time,
Mm-hmm.
that person have to be able to understand the sacrifice on the front end to be able to get what you need to get on the back end. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
a lot of people that is not willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? They're in the mindset. You know what? I need all this time, and I feel like one of the things that I wish I did different in the past is like pursue people that's kind of interested in the same thing, or not even necessarily the same thing, but something that complements my entrepreneurial path, because now they could feel included. Because I think one of the things is your partner not feeling included in what you're doing. So they see you so passionate about this thing and they want to help, and you kind of like, hey, you really can't help me, so they don't feel included. I feel like if you start to
Mm-hmm.
then consciously look for somebody who could add on to that, for one, they're gonna propel you further, but for two, your partner would never feel included. I mean, excluded. So when it comes time to now, we're talking about spending time and splitting time. Part of the spending time could be them working in the entrepreneurial realm with you. You know what I'm saying? Like both of you guys
Right.
working in the same business, so now it don't seem as much of a stress because you're both kind of driven to the same goals. You know what I'm saying? I think it takes a lot more to understand and deal with somebody who is an entrepreneur, because some things they just ain't fucking going for, bro.
Like for real. I mean, yeah, you obviously don't want it to be to the point where your partner is a more of a distraction, and they
Absolutely.
want all your time to for what you would consider to be just nonsense and a waste of time because you actually have a lot of shit that you have to do. So I saw it was a TikTok video. They were saying with entrepreneurs, they've seen only basically two types of relationships work. One where it's like a cheerleader uh, player type dynamic where that your significant other is really rooting for you, rooting for the team, rooting for everybody, rooting for and with all the things that go into to setting up and pushing your businesses the way you want it to go.
Mm.
Um, and then there's also like the peer, like the person that's in that entrepreneurial realm with you,
With
not
you.
necessarily even in your business. They could be into their own types of
Yeah,
businesses,
their
but they
own bag.
also like-minded, have have businesses that they're interested
Mm.
in putting together. You could literally bounce ideas off each other. You could solve a problem that they're having with their business from just your experiences, and help them with that. And it's really just a partnership in building an empire, whether
Mm.
that's together with the same business or separate
Two type
businesses.
of
And
businesses.
then with the person that's just there rooting for you, really just there to that they're rubbing your back, they're just like you got this, that whispering ear of positive affirmations that just
Mm.
really understand, like, yo, we grinding 5 years, we gonna stay in my cousin basement sleeping on a couch. I understand this grind. We going to do this, and I am here for you, and I understand your vision, and I'm here.
Yeah.
That's the two types of relationships they see like as super successful. Not saying that's the only. It's not nothing is black and white. Stuff. Certain
Yeah.
things work for other people. Obviously, you could go through your challenges and this and that, but
Mm.
like you said, with once you passionate, you willing to put 24 hours in on this thing,
Facts.
and a lot of people don't really see that as being as important as it is, when really and truly it's technically like your first love, even above that other person. You know, that's really the priority, and they
Yeah,
kind of have to understand that it's a priority for a reason. You know,
I agree.
is
I think me personally, I kind of prefer the cheerleader, but kind of involved. I would say this for me. This shit a lot of work you gotta do, man. I need somebody to help me with some of the work that straight up. Even if it's a little bit down, like help me a little bit, bro. But it becomes for the person that's the entrepreneur. I want to say it's really easy to start to neglect your partner and not realize you're even doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm,
Because you're so headstrong in what you're trying to do, you don't
right,
really sort of notice like what really going on. And some partners not even gonna really tell you. Some of them know not expressing like that. You know what I'm saying? So they might not
right,
even tell you, like, hey, this ain't working out. And then some do, but you so blinded by your passion and your love for what you're doing, like you ain't really trying to hear it out until it's too late. Now you're looking back like, wow, I don't sacrifice
hmm,
everything for this and it ain't even worth it in the end. You know what I'm saying? So
right. That's why balance is so important.
I was just about to say that. I would say one of the things my mentors have taught me is block scheduling. I think block scheduling has changed the world in general, bro. When it comes to your relationships, family, working, because now you can really set. I think Justin, shout out to Justin. Justin kind of taught me to plan stuff for your family, your fun, your life first, on an actual schedule, and then
Mm,
plan everything else after. So now you come into a space where you can't you
I
can't
like
even
that.
make it's on the schedule. Like you can, it makes it easier to just show up. Now you don't have to think about it so much. You just show up. Your schedule going to
Right.
dictate. Hey, this is family time. I was just having a conversation. I won't count on names, but I was just having a conversation with some close people of mine, some close family of mine, and his girl, well, he's an entrepreneur, going hard all the time. You know what I'm saying, making good money, and his girl were kind of sharing that she don't get enough quality time and such. You know what I'm saying, and that was the same thing I was telling him, like. To be honest, you need to schedule that in. Like you need to become almost like it's a routine. Otherwise, it will never happen because you're
Right,
so
right. And you can
in
get
it. So
lost
I
in that.
told him like, look,
Yeah.
schedule a time. Maybe if it is Wednesday night or Saturday, at least twice a week. Just put something on the schedule to show like, hey, though I have this busy schedule and though I have all of these things going on, I'm going to give you a dedicated time. Your partner will much more understand that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not the most time, you know what I'm saying? Just dedicate
Right.
something that's adequate to be able to say, all right, every Tuesday we to do this, every Wednesday we do this. You know what I'm saying? That way you're splitting your time, you're having that work life. I don't want to say work life balance, but because I don't think it's a balance, work life integration in a sense. I
Yeah,
don't think work life
I
balance is
like
a
that
thing. I think
idea
it's
a
larger than that.
whole lot. For one, I need to get with that black scheduling because I feel like that'll help focus and tune in a whole lot more and just
Mhm.
knocking stuff off the list of things I need to do. You know? So I think that's a good end point to
True.
jump into the next one, which we kind of been touching on throughout these topics, which is the impact of social media and relationships. And I guess I
Man,
could start, you
listen,
know, I
I
guess I
could
could
talk about
start this thing.
social. I could talk about social media so much, and this the impact of social media on life, bro. Like this, hey, if
No,
it's
no, no.
one thing that really changed the course of life, bro, I don't
Change
think
the world.
nothing changed that for
No,
more than social
no.
media, dog.
Honestly, social media has the greatest impact, especially in the 30 and below group. I'd say even 35 and below, they have just the greatest impact because that's where majority of the influence is coming from right now. You know,
Facts. Like it,
that's
yeah.
where.
Go ahead.
What you saying? You go ahead. So I was just saying, yeah. So that is where majority of the influence is coming from, and I to narrow it down to relationships now. You know, what you're seeing on social media is either glitters and rainbows or fucking drama. It's
Yeah.
one of the two, and it's usually no in between. You know, a lot of people they making life seem like the greatest thing, and then 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months down the line, boom, the biggest blow up in that relationship ever, divorce, boom, cheating, this and that. All you seeing is cheating, man and shit, woman and shit, vacations, fuck the kids.
Listen,
I mean, a, a whole
hey, I
lot of
hate that vibes.
negativity.
Like, I get it, right? They're just attacking off at that fuck them kids vibes. Like, I get it. I hate when they just sit up, but that shit
No, no,
sounds
no.
so fuck up, bro.
I hate it. I do too. I mean, I understand. Trust me.
You know what I say? Like, I
I
understand.
understand. But geez, and yeah, I just feel like the amount of negativity that's on social media just really does mess up a lot of people's minds. That
That's what
and
it.
just also the glitters and rainbows also really just mess up people's mind because it creates a false sense of reality that people shooting for as goals when
Yes,
really and truly it's not as simple or as easy as that sounds, you know?
bro. I did a talk piece. I haven't put it out yet, but I did a talk piece and how social media affecting the things we want, bro. I don't even think people really know what they want, bro. Like in terms of
Hmm.
dating, like I feel like you really just getting on social media and you've seen this, you've seen
And
this, you've seen this, and
hmm.
you start to like develop like you know what I want this kind of woman. When that might not even be the kind of woman you really want, you know what I'm saying? And then
it,
goes back to what you were kind of saying earlier about like things going through the rough. My boy, I think social media make it to the point where part is like if you see the relationship going good forever, as soon as one bad thing happen, is like what the fuck is like he is trash. Like there's no grace, and we ain't talking about the cheating thing. Okay, a lot of people try to jump
right.
to it like cheating is part of the relationship. No, man, I ain't talking about. I talking about regular life problems. Social media has gotten to like where these things are blown up into some extravagant thing. Half of these problems have always existed, but it just wasn't really
Right. Right.
on
It
a
just
mainstream
wasn't
platform to see. And
out
then
to
you
the
start
public.
comparing your life and your relationship to other people's shit, bro. Like, man, how the hell you looking at? Oh, look what Micah B. Jordan do for Lori Harvey and blah blah blah. Then you get girl out everybody talking about cheating. Then you
Yeah.
as a man or you as a woman looking like what? It come like everybody out there cheating. So what kind of impact like will have on you going into future relationships? You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you looking at it,
Right.
and then I forgot who it was posted it, but we have this thing with players like it gonna always be somebody better, which it'll make you want to just leave so fucking quick. Like that's it's not fuck. I
Right.
mean, yes, it's
Yeah.
real, but no, it's not fucking real, man.
Right.
Like you might be dropping a gem for something small. Like we need to have fucking patience. You have patience with yourself.
Yeah.
Nothing in life is
And that's a big word.
yeah, bro. Like
Patience, man, with this
we don't have
fast paced
patience with
shit.
nothing, bro. Not with each other. Like we so I feel like
Hmm.
we so I feel
So
like we
quick to
not
cut off.
ruthless time, boy. Like everything is fucking rootless. Like we don't give a shit. One thing happened is ready to cut off. One thing happened is cut off. One thing happened, everybody's a snake friend. Da, da, da. I feel like we man, it's so crazy, bro.
So
And I feel like
sensitive.
yes, bro.
Uh, it is, and it shouldn't be that. It's not that complicated,
No
man.
way, people tripping but not getting posted. Like, what the hell are we
Dude,
talking about?
man would really break up over nonsense like that. You know? You ain't
Yeah,
post
man,
me
and I get it because for some it's like, oh, if he ain't posting me or if she ain't posting me, that might be
then
cat. But wait,
hiding me, might be doing other things, don't
this
want
cheating thing is like
embarrassed. Yeah.
crazy, bro. This shit will really drive you insane and really drive you from loving. I feel like we need to go
Hmm.
out there and get back and really love, like love wholeheartedly, regardless, and be
Love
happy.
unconditionally.
You try unconditional and be happy in that. As soon as you start putting all these things in your head, you are making yourself not capable of loving the way you need to be loving, bro. Like real
Hmm.
straight up, like you too worried about this. Don't think about those things. Just love this person for who they is and what they're doing for you, and stop worrying about what they could be doing. Don't
Right.
not saying that if they're doing some shit, it will come to light, bro. It will come to light. Just love wholeheartedly. And maybe it don't fucking come to light. Live your fucking life. You're gonna dead.
Right.
Like,
Who stop worrying about what social media have to tell you and just live your life for you, you know?
live your life and be happy, man. Like I think love is like I don't think we lead in with love no more. I think love is
Hmm.
last. I think we
No,
love
I
in a
don't think it's last, but
not
I
last,
do
but
think
I think we love in
I
a kind
do
of
think
pain.
that social media is the reason for why it where it's at, you know? I mean, and
Yeah.
just the media as a whole, but
And
everybody
and
be
as
on social
well
media a lot.
and as well also as well like this generation like it starts with us, you know what I'm saying? Like all this leaving all this leaving your children and all this fuck like them fuck they be man to be joking about this shit on social
Yeah,
media,
no,
but that
no, no,
fucking ain't
yeah,
funny, bro.
not
Like
at
that
all.
fucking ain't funny. I starting a lot of broken homes purposely. Like I'm not saying I know there's some man and I used to be one who want to multiply and have children with different women here, but I doing these things here and not present. Stop blazing these girls raw. If you ain't gonna stay with them, bro, like that fuck is not
Right.
cool. Social media making fucking raw cool, bro. I know you raw
Yeah,
like
you know,
hey, don't get me wrong.
it feel good, but at the same time, that is a risky ass game.
Yeah, bro.
Not only is pregnancy a risk, but there's the level of STIs, STDs that out
Listen,
there. It's crazy. You really just shooting that Russian roulette, every time.
listen, it's crazy and it's promoted, and then you find out, okay, man, now you breed, now
Hmm.
partner, not blaming woman, but now partner want to stay, now he gone, and you know what I'm saying. Now next broken home, now shorty broken, so now the next man got to deal with now another broken. And we don't talk about how men need women, so now we introducing broken women to men who are already broken in themselves,
And
doing this
they lost the
bullshit. You know what I'm
trust in
saying?
men, and now it's just bringing on those traumas into the next relationship,
And then
and
they're gonna come and talk about it, and then the other men who trying to be on this movement, trying to be good, no, they scared. That's what we talk about. No,
right,
they scared. You
right.
know what I'm saying? No, they scared to
It's
get
like a
married, and
cycle. It's like a
yeah,
cycle,
straight up,
hurt people, and then that continues a cycle of hurting people, and then the media don't
straight up.
help
But
with that. It just continues that cycle.
I think I think social media is I mean it's a beautiful tool, but we don't use it the fucking right
Also,
way,
could
man.
be very dark. Yeah, we
I
we
think
don't.
social media is useless at this point. You know what I'm saying?
We're, that's a great way to put it, because, like you said, great tool, but my gosh, how we
And
have
then,
mismanaged
you
and
have
used
anything to
that.
add, or I would segue right into my next point about social media as well.
No, jump into your next point.
So I would say social media has made. I wouldn't say social media. This is society, but social media obviously is so people say social media is not reality. I don't give a fuck what I tell me. Social media have so much impact in reality. That statement that social media is that this is not my real life. That shit is through the fucking door at this point. Like social media is real life going on in there, and it's influencing. No matter how fake you want it to be, and then pretend it's a different life. That shit is having an influence on you and others. But when it comes to these financial, I feel like our relationship now is about finances. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? This shit is about what man could provide more. And don't get me wrong, I agree in men being providers, whatever the case may be, and so forth. So I'm not saying that men shouldn't be provided. I feel like we're at the extreme in the way we talk about it, and it's not a healthy discussion anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's becoming like a financial is the main thing in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Fuck everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying you gotta go out there and get a broke man. Not saying you gotta go out there and get a broke girl or a rich girl. But we taking this thing to extreme now, and is skewing our vision of what love and relationships are supposed to be like. Specifically when we come and one specific point is when we talk about this 50-50
Mm.
relationship shit. This is my thoughts, right? Um, I feel like this shit only come about because of social media
Hmm.
and partly because of the feminist movement. Not blaming the feminists for it, but saying well, when that movement started to come about, and we have not
Hmm.
saying women need to be independent, whatever the case may be. When that started to come about, and it had a reaction in men. I don't know who started between men and women who started that conversation. I'm assuming it's men. That's a weird conversation, but I think that's where it started to really lead up. Where okay, it's a conversation of it. I feel realistically, when you have two sound individuals, I don't think that's a real discussion. Like I've always been a provider. I would say maybe 80-20 sometimes. Shorty would pick groceries or shorty pick whatever. So I've never thought about it. You know what I'm saying? It's never been
Right.
a thought to me. The only time I think about this shit is when I go on fucking social media and see this bullshit.
honestly, honestly,
And
because like you said, keep going, keep going. I don't let
yeah,
me
I
know when to
think man
jump in.
naturally is going to provide. To me, the partner ain't providing for you. He don't like you, bro. Like straight up, he don't like you, or he's not in a position to be able to do so. So it ends up. naturally be in a situation where it kind of become 50-50. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like not to say it's not real, but I really think the conversation is really a social media conversation. In real life,
Honestly.
nobody's thinking about this, bro. You find a girl you're fucking like, you find a man you like, and you just make whatever for the situation work. You know what I'm saying? Don't be wrong. There's some people having that conversation, but I don't think the majority is really going into this like, all right, I need to go
But
and do it this way.
like you said, like you said, you say you don't feel like it's just on social media, but like you said, social media basically is real. So now that's
Yeah, yeah.
starting
It becoming
to
yeah, becoming
roll
real.
over into people real life and how they think.
Yeah.
But with that, like you said, when you're in a real genuine relationship, nobody is thinking about that shit.
I've never thought about
My
that.
gosh, like when I was in UF back in college days, and Maya, shout out Maya, that's my wife, boom. Um,
Yes, I. Big up
when
my
she had moved up to Gainesville, and I had
mm,
done let her know like, yo, these classes, I'm an engineer.
mm,
These classes, it's crazy. I'm not going to be able to work no full time job. I'm not going to be able to work any job, is what I originally said. So
mm,
so if you going to be coming up, understand that you're going to be the one that's paying the bills, because I'm not going to be able to handle both of those things. I mean,
mm.
and that was like a, bro, you up there, I'm coming up there. What are you talking about? Like, I
You
don't
check?
care. I don't care what it is. I mean, and it just been what it was. And now, I still want to get to the point where I could to provide 100%, but we ain't at that point yet. And it's not anything that we thinking about. She covers TJ's daycare expenses. I basically cover everything else. It is, and whenever, if she needs more, I put in more. If I need
Yeah.
more, she puts in more. And then the other finances goes towards things that's gonna progress us forward.
Mm,
Even if the bills is 100% on my end, the finances from her end going to be going towards more. A large sum of it goes towards more things for the family, not just her individually. So at the
mm.
end of the day, it's 100, 100, 100, 100. Is also 50-50 if you do the math.
Yeah. And
So
if we look deeper into it too, like, what the fuck I really want? What the fuck I want? I feel like this
hey,
conversation is so fucking crazy. So like, I don't play into the conversation. I don't play into the conversation, right? This is why I'm seeing on social media personally. All right, I want a man to 100% provide. All right. So let's say, like I said, I point out my victim of social media cap, and I going based on what I seen and what I've been hearing, right? So yeah, I want
mm-hmm.
100% thing, and some of y'all for y'all is based on what us men want from you guys. You want somebody to cook, right? I don't have no problem with that. The thing is, right, and we talked about this before. You come back and say the man them in the past used to provide 100%. Let me tell you something, right? Me never see my grandmother them want barking. Me never see my grandmother them want to drive
Bro,
Benz. So like,
hey,
what
hey.
are the expectations of what the fuck I want? Like, bro, and then you still want a man to be able to be ambitious and grow. If I gotta provide for you 100%, don't get me wrong. For the man part, I'm full of shit too. We don't get to that because it might we don't get to it. We don't get to it. But you want the man to be able to do everything he's doing, pay for your bills, and at this point, I feel like it's not just your bills. I mean, it is your bills, but not just like, okay, house, food, and them thing. This fucking
Hmm.
something to support this extravagant lifestyle that everybody want at this point based on social media.
Social
I gotta
media.
provide
Yep,
your
yep.
travel. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, based on
Oh yeah,
social
I
media,
got
I
I
was just
gotta
starting.
support your travel. We gotta go to nice restaurants and eat all the damn fucking time. I gotta buy your bag. I gotta buy everything for this every damn holiday. And then it's like, and I still have to be able to have enough money to be able to try to progress myself further if I'm that. And then in this economy, who the fuck making this kind of money? And then I running around talking about 100K man. Then how much 100K man I fucking know, bro? What is we talking
I
about?
I don't
And the
think people
100K man
know
get
the
there because
percentages.
he's spending all this damn fucking money, bro.
Not on bullshit like a Birkin, honestly.
Like,
And he ain't going for. And the woman that 100K man looking at ain't necessarily looking for that either. They're probably looking more towards on the business side. Let's grow together.
You
Let's
know.
build something together. A Birkin don't make sense to do now. It makes sense to do after we have built what we've built. You know, to where
Yeah.
that we could buy that 5 times over and it's
Facts.
nothing.
I mean,
They
saying it's
don't.
our woman, so I don't sit on here and chastise us talking about it's our woman. Some of y'all have good head on, but I just, like I said, I put on my social media cap, and this is what I'm
Hmm.
seeing, and men is going to see this. I gotta realize that the things you put out in the world, you putting these things out, men is going to see this. They're going to be deterred. That's why they're going to shoot back and be against it. Like, don't get me wrong. And men, like I said, I'm go right back to the men now. I feel that shit too, bro. Because realistically, you was gonna pay for this apartment or your house by your fucking self, bro. Why the hell you need to go ask this girl for 50? Unless you're like, it depends. It depends. I mean, I said that. It depends. But for some of you who know I got it and trying to do this, let's dead this stupid fucking conversation, bro. Like, provide for your woman, bro. And like I said earlier, if your man ain't providing for you, he don't really like you like that.
Right, because
And that's for
like
whatever he have, even with the less. And learn to appreciate. Listen, man, everybody is going through shit right now. We're in a day and age where everybody is going through shit. Everybody fucking, I won't say everybody broke, but a lot of people broke. You know what I'm saying? Nobody have it like that. So it's going to take sacrifices to be able to, if you want to be in a relationship in this day and age, you're going to sacrifice something. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I think a lot
hmm
of women right now outpacing men in income. So let's be fucking realistic. You know what I'm saying? So now you're trying to jump into a relationship and expecting these things in this economy is not realistic. Let's stop this conversation. It's not realistic. Like, work the things that you could work and you make it work for both you guys, and let's dead the financial shit when it comes to these relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because the finances don't fucking matter. Like, long as man have plate to eat, house to stay, children them go to wherever, and you got a little bit extra on the side, you work together and you make these things work. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be a 50-50. It could be a 70-30. It gonna be a, listen, at different points in your relationship, it gonna be different
it
shit. You know what
shifts.
I'm
It
saying?
shifts. I mean, it shifts based on just what life's throwing at
You know
you.
what I'm saying? If I get fucked up, if I get fucked up right now, why is it supposed to be? Because I can't provide everything now, you gonna bust off, leave me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. And then in that case, did you even love me? Check. Like
You know what
we
I'm saying? Like,
I ain't trying to justify like a bum just sitting there and just basking in the nonsense, you know. But
yeah.
sometimes you doing things right and shit hits you hard and you need time to get back on your feet. And hopefully, I'm hoping you, man, woman, that you willing to throw in an extra percentage. Not even thinking of it as a percentage, just thinking of it as what needs to be done, and just to keep this going and to keep everything straight. You know,
And then
it,
one last point before I let you go off. One last point. Mama, if you come into my life and my bills is low, and now you want to, I have a whole house right now. It's sitting in my house. I pay mortgage. No, we decide to come together. No, we want to get up. No, you want this bigger house and them thing. Mama, my financial advisor tell me right now I did this. I didn't budget for a bigger house. You better fucking help me. Fucking tell me.
hey,
If you try and get me something to do something I wasn't ready for, woman, you better help me, brother. I have no problem trying to take the brunt. But you trying to tell me I got to increase my bills $1,000 when I been on this steady? No, bro. But that's also why they say like, hey man, them know what you're getting to when you're getting to this woman. Don't be
right.
dating broke, bro. Nothing 2024. Stop dating broke. Go get some cheddar, a little bit of cheddar. These girls ain't accepting the same shit no more, bro. That fucking no. Trying to take me on a date and then fuck. Hey, you better get your bread,
Hey,
brother.
and inflation is real, so really get the money up, man. Multiple streams, everything, because
Facts.
it's rough out here, even without a relationship. You know,
You know what I'm
things
saying?
getting pretty crazy, and it doesn't seem like it's flying and letting up.
At
That's the
all, at
crazy
all.
part. So yeah, man, that I think this is a good place to dead, like Webb say, that 50-50 time, because
Yeah, please. Let's just live in love and unity.
right,
If you don't
that's
want
it.
to date, man, just keep it to your fucking self, bro. Nobody cares, dog. Date who the fuck you want to date, but let's be realistic, man. That's all I'm saying. Let's be
And just
realistic,
make sure
man.
you make them communicate. You know, you communicate that
Men,
ahead of time.
facts, men. Let's step up to the plate and stop acting like woman cooking and cleaning and them kind of shit to you is of no value. Like, bro, if you have to go pay a fucking somebody to go chef for you, it'll cost money. So just realize that. I want you to realize that. Look at those things as value too. So just because she's doing that, just that's something. You know what I'm saying? That's something. So
Right.
you might have to provide a little bit more if that's what you want. Let's be realistic about your needs, and let's be realistic with each other. Let's love each other. Stop always being scared and impatient. Let's love each other. Let's take our time. Let's actually date. Woman, stop be littling our man if you ain't get no bread. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I tired of
Right.
seeing
Let's
this
keep
shit,
the
bro.
respect up. Keep the
Right.
respect up, and keep it pushing forward. You know, if you know what you want, go for what you want, and don't allow social media to influence you otherwise.
Straight
Because
up, straight up,
everybody's situation ain't going to look like the other person. Do
straight
what
up.
works for you and keep it chucking, man.
Facts.
And I do think that's a good end point.
I like that conversation, man. I've been waiting to have that conversation for a minute, man.
Hey,
It's gonna piss me off.
I could tell the man was passionate. We're dropping gems, though. We're dropping gems.
Of course, of course. But like I say, I take advice, don't take it. Hey, just come through here, watch song. Share your thoughts in the comments on whatever platform you're on. Share your thoughts on what you think and anything. What you think about 50-50. As a matter of fact, if you watch this video, let me know what kind of person, what kind of woman. Like, actually, no. Let me. We supposed to be getting that talk. Let me know why, as a woman, because we talked about why men need women. I want a woman to come under the comments and share why you think you need men. Because we have a
Right.
day and age where pies like, woman is talking about not needing man, not needing man. And I get it, bro. Let's be realistic.
And it's a positive space. We're talking about why you would need. Don't come
You
here
know?
saying,
Yeah.
I don't need no
Yeah,
man.
they want to hear that. If
Shut your
that's you,
ass. Get
okay,
friend.
mama.
Go on your other post
Yeah,
if you want that.
don't come
We,
true.
right, right. Stay there. So, hey.
But yeah,
So,
man, big, great conversation, man.
it was. And again, thank y'all. Far right out.
I don't know, it's your boy Web.
Yes, I.